Greetings and salutations, and no, I kind of lied. I was going to talk about how to make a great roller coaster in Planet Coaster, but I realize that right now it's still an alpha, so that's probably pointless since the mechanics are likely to change somewhat between now and final launch, actually around launch, even after. Anyway, right now, it's mostly about creating a smooth ride. Sudden transitions, especially between corners and banking, are where you're going to run into the most problems. Because of this, the smooth tool is your greatest asset. But anyway, what makes a great coaster? It's not an easy question to answer, considering the number of different roller coasters we have now. But we can probably whittle it down to maybe elements, the first drop, whether it's launched, perhaps, the number of inversions, or the air time it has. What about slack time? Or even the ones that play on psychology more than anything else. Maybe it's the transitions between the elements, a really smooth ride, or the tone of the ride, whether it's a white knuckle ride, or perhaps a well-designed coaster that has just a single element. Can be more entertaining than one that's designed by some chimp but has multiple elements. But the biggest weapon in the roller coaster designer's arsenal today is psychology, and it always has been, to be honest. First off, we have illusion, sections designed specifically to give the idea of speed or action. One of the most notable rides for this are like the haunted house rides or the wild mouse type rides, which usually have small track. They don't go particularly fast, but the extreme and sudden changes in attitude are what trick you into thinking that you're actually, moving faster than you really are. Or indeed the illusion of sustained speed. In some cases a roller coaster will never go faster than it is at the bottom of the first drop. But towards the end of the ride, we can often find some intense speed through the use of, overbanked corners or tight corners, and quicker transitions in the attitude of the coaster car, which, you're not going faster than you were at the start of the ride, but it gives you that illusion that you are. The next one is the loss of control, A smooth, really deliberately designed ride can be boring. No matter how well the designer plays on the idea of illusion, the loss of control or the feeling of not being in charge anymore, and the next, and having to spend the next 2.5 minutes being trapped and vulnerable, can be a very handy weapon if used by the designer properly. Sudden elements in them, like sharp turns and sudden drops that are sculpted around the terrain and the scenery, giving you the sensation that perhaps you are about to hit a tree, or coming too close to the ground, or am I going to make it through that tunnel? Of course, there's also the unknown. As we travel around the track, I know I certainly do this, and I'm sure most people do, you're usually scanning the track ahead of you to see what's about to happen. So you can mentally, you can never mentally prepare yourself for it, but you're looking to see what's about to happen, and one of the design elements of a coaster is preventing you from doing that. Throwing a tunnel in an unexpected corner, or blocking the line of sight so you can't see what's coming. So you have that fear of the unknown as well. You do the first 1 or 2 or 3 times you ride it. Another one is specialization. There's lots of different types of people out there, and do we want to cater to a specific type of person? Do we want a roller coaster that is start to finish, a white knuckle ride that has the palms of your hands sweaty when you're sitting in the station waiting for the brakes to release. Because whilst that's gonna, excite some people, others don't want that. They want a more, or rather, a less intense ride. They want some elements, they want some excitement, but they don't want it to be, non-stop, white knuckle screaming for dear life from start to finish. And that's where the slack time comes in, giving those moments of rest where people can catch their breath or, decide whether they want to continue with life or not. But what about you? What do you think makes a great roller coaster? What coasters have you been on that make you want to constantly go back again and again and again? I mean, which ones do you want to spend that kind of money to go on vacation just to ride again? And of course, which ones leave you feeling like you'd rather go read a book? I'd love to hear from you on this. Everyone has different opinions. No one's right, nobody's wrong. But, what do you think makes a great roller coaster? Let me know. And until maybe we get some news on Friday, I will see you anon.